Hello, my friends, and guess what? So I've had so many people asking me to remake a recipe that I made 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Wine pie. Wine pie, right? Why not? Why not? Get it? Huh. So kind of like Groundhog's Day, we're doing this all over again. So here we go. We're going to start with a pie crust. Nothing but the best for you guys. A Pillsbury frozen pie crust. That's right. Still frozen. Take it right out of the freezer and here we are. Now for the wine. Okay, so we need 1.5 cups of wine. I'm not going to show you the wine bottle that I'm using because you guys will all come at me and say, oh my gosh, you're using that expensive wine. I didn't buy it, it was a gift. And you guys know, I'm not a big drinker. So why not use it in my wine pie? Use what you got, friends. Just saying. All right, so we're going to pour this wine right on into our pie crust. There we go. All righty there. Fill her up, baby. Step 2. 2 ingredients. 1 cup of regular white sugar and 1/4 cup of sifted all-purpose flour. So you want to put these in a cup and mix them together first because you want to make sure these are well mixed. This is really technical, guys. Are you guys watching? This is really technical. You've got to make sure that the sugar and the flour are mixed. That's right. Next, get out your handy-dandy grater and make sure you use your grating side. You're going to grate 5 tablespoons of butter. I recommend doing it with the paper. Kind of saves on your knuckles. You know what I'm saying. So, and if the butter's cold, you know, you want it as cold as possible. You can even do it frozen. It'll grate much easier. Just a little tip. Okay, so what I do next is I take my pie and I put it on top of a baking sheet. Gives it much more stability. You know what I'm saying. Okay, now bring it on back. All right, now we're going to take our sugar and flour mixture, now that we've got it all mixed so well. And we're going to go ahead and just try to evenly kind of just, you know, stick it over the top. You know what I'm saying. And we're going to use it all. Every last bit. Kind of looks pretty anyway. I love the color. You know, I think you could probably use white wine if you wanted. Fortunately, someone gave me a red bottle, you know. So that's what we're using. Next, take your grated butter, and we're going to go ahead and kind of, you know, sprinkle this, and you want to make sure it's kind of evenly dispersed over the top. Like so. Did you hear that noise? That means I'm preheating the oven. We're preheating the oven to 375. So now's a good time to be doing that. Next, we're going to take vanilla extract. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons. And we're going to sprinkle this over the top because doesn't everybody put like vanilla on their wine? You know, like, I'll have a glass of wine, please. Oh, yes, the house wine. Yes. Could I get a dash of vanilla in that? But, you know, I'm just following the recipe, you know. You know me. I like to follow that recipe. Alrighty. Now you want to take this foil and you want to wrap it up around the edge because it's going to bake at 375 for ½ an hour with the foil up over the edge so that the pie crust doesn't overcook. And then we're going to, after ½ an hour, we're going to take the foil down and let it cook the other ½ hour at 375 as well. So let me get this in the oven so that the first ½ hour will be under our belt. Alrighty now. It's been a couple hours and I'm hoping that it's chilled enough. I know you're supposed to let it set for a while to set up, but I'm hoping that it's been long enough. I'm not sure. It still seems kind of wet. And I know it came out really well last time I made it. And I don't know if it's the type of wine I used. It just doesn't seem to be setting up. Again, another fail. But I'm going to still cut a couple of pieces and see. And hopefully it still tastes really good. I think it was the wine on this because I made it exactly the same except I used a different wine this time. And like I said, I didn't want to go out and spend money on it. And that'll teach me to use like a good wine, right? But let's see. All right, so I'm going to just cut up a couple of pieces and we're going to give this a tasty taste and hopefully it tastes better than it serves.
I'm shielding my third eye.
Oh, at first I thought that was a heart on your forehead, like it was a precursor to Valentine's or something.
Shielding my third eye for the third pie.
So this is a vintage wine pie. And I think it needed a little longer to set up, but I think it's still going to taste good, I'm hoping. So this is a wine pie.
I'm driving.
Yeah, do you have an ID? I should card you. Everybody on here always says, oh, she looks like she's about 16 years old. I should ask you for your ID.
The pie looks drunk.
It does. I think the pie's drunk. Let's give it a whirl. Right?
Looks a little fermented as well.
Mm. It tastes good. I mean, I think if it finishes setting up, really good flavor. I have to say, really, what do you think about the flavor?
Let's see. It's got flavor. Yeah.
I mean, the color reminds me almost of a blueberry pie.
I wish the texture was a little better because the flavor is not bad.
Yeah.
But without the...
And we're not big wine people.
Without the structure, I think I can't fairly rate the flavor because it just kind of throws it off.
She's such a structured girl.
Yeah.
But it really tastes delicious. So just make sure you let it set up as long as it's supposed to.
Well, you can like serve it after having wine, and then maybe no one will notice how messy it is. It'll just be drunk and hungry.
Maybe that's what the whole thing is. But last time I made this, it came out perfect. But last time I made it with cheap wine.
Well, let's not whine about it. Thanks for
Don't
watching.
Maybe you need to use cheap wine.